Hello, and welcome to episode 87 of the Super Prose Bros. I'm player 2, Eli, and with me, as always, is.
Player one, Ike, and Bros of Stalin. Did you know that this pod is on YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spoofy?
I did not, bro sickle. Are those the same places the good people could
Like?
comment
Sheree?
and subscribe?
Whatever that is. I think so.
Dope.
Indeed. Speaking of dope things, what's been going on in your sector of existence?
It's been 2 weeks. So, what has happened? Noteworthy. I think, I don't think it was last time, so I went out for like a drink with somebody. It was okay. And then they promptly decided to like block me on what we were messaging through. So I'm like, well, much for that idea.
Whoa. You
Um,
have been ghosted.
yeah, pretty much. Like, oh, okay,
I mean, I guess
fair enough.
not, right? It's better to be like,
Yeah, I mean,
no
at least
mas.
like it was there were no sparks. There wasn't huge amounts of like bonding activities and shit. Like, so it was like kind of lukewarm. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. It's like mildly annoying, but whatever. I don't fucking care,
Yeah.
realistically. Um, I'd say otherwise, life's been pretty quiet. I've been finally actually making myself start to edit again, which
Hell
I've been
yeah.
dragging my feet for like months, which is kind of embarrassing to see because Google Docs keep a track of like when you last touched something. I'm like,
Oh
oh,
no. Oh no.
ooh, thanks for keeping me accountable, Google. And it's like, no problem, idiot.
So passive aggressive. It's like, do you know you haven't been on this this
You know, you
page in
haven't
like
touched this since
100
fucking.
days?
You haven't touched this since January, and I'm like, ugh.
Heh.
Fair point. Fair point. Yeah, sometimes the truth is a tough mistress. Um, I say I finished reading the Greenbone series, fucking bangs.
Is that the wait, Greenbone?
That's the name of the trilogy. Like Jade
Oh, the Jade
City,
series.
Jade War, Jade Legacy. I finished Jade Legacy like last week. Um,
And
it was very good. It's one of the few books I've ever read that does like time skips. Like the last book is a lot of time skips,
okay.
and I didn't mind. Like
Wow.
it did it really really fucking well, which is really really hard to do.
Sure.
But
Especially, I feel like for you, time is a
right,
like
I
time
mean,
jumps, time.
time jumps are okay. The problem is like most things do time jumps, and it feels like so much has changed. It doesn't give good explanations for why, or it doesn't. It feels like you're just like it doesn't feel like it adequately catches you up for what's been missed. And it feels
Sure.
like you missing these key events and shit. Um, like easy example is fucking Barry does its time skip and just suddenly there's a child involved. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what now? Um,
Yeah,
but
it's a
like,
little human boy.
yeah, it's like, oh, they have a kid, and like you miss all the fucking deterioration for um the woman whose name I just blanked, Sarah. Um,
That bitch. I
that
believe it.
that blonde bitch. And she just like kind of loses her shit. It's just like, what the fuck? Okay. But like none of that ever happens in Jade Legacy. Like it's you're consistently following like the Call family,
Mhm.
and like you don't feel like you're missing big events. And even when it like jumps forward, like the author does a great job giving you context to catch you back up. Like it just stitches it in super super fucking well. Like her character writing is so fucking good.
That's awesome.
Um, like it's really good because like and it's interesting because just the first one is really small scale. Like Jade City is like over a couple months.
Hmm.
The first time it's like Jade War is over like 4 years or 5 years,
Hmm.
and it's like Jade Legacy is over like 20. Um, yeah, because it ends with like Shay ends up being like 55 at the end or 60 something like that.
Well, she looks good.
I'm just keeping it together. Like yeah, and it has like it is a really really satisfying end for like the overarching plot between the two clans. It's just really good. Like it is a really, really good fitting end for like Hilo and for Ait, for Aitmadashi. It it's just really fucking good. Hello, Heimdall. He is back in my lap. Let's say otherwise,
What can you
recently.
say? You're a pussy magnet.
Ah,
Okay, sorry.
you done anyway. Uh, Jesus,
Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't.
you are now. Anyways, um, Friday I went out with coworkers because I was like, they so there's a girl in my group who's just kind of an odd enigma to me. Like
Okay.
she's a Swiftie, which I'm like, that's a point against you. Um, but she's also just like has recently just been talking to me about like shows and shit, and basically will just ask me for show recommendations because we have a lot of the same appreciation of like fucking. I'd like you should watch Invincible, and she's like okay, and then finally got around to watching it. We talked about it for like a week straight, like shit like that. Like you're weird. You have some weird layers to you I don't expect. Apparently, the bitch is a big hockey fan, and loves the Toronto Maple Leafs. Did not expect this. Um, as far as I know, she's never lived in Canada ever, so I don't know why, but whatever.
All
So
right.
we went out to a bar, to a hockey bar, was fucking called the Angry Beaver.
I
Incredible. Um,
love that.
and we watched the Panthers play the Maple Leafs. It was actually a pretty fucking banger game. Like went to overtime. Unfortunately, Maple Leafs lost. To which Caleb was immediately like, "Fucking can't get back. This place sucks." Um, it's cool. Maple Leafs are up in the series 2-1 still.
Yeah.
So, or at least they were. I don't think they played. I think they played today. Anyway, but yeah. So that was fun. They had like some good barbecue. I regretted one of my drink. I tried to order like just a fucking Disaronno sour, and that shit tasted wrong, which was weird.
Go in the back. We'll show you how to fucking fix the
It
shit.
was just like it didn't taste like it didn't have the right. It tastes like a fucking. It tastes like hard alcohol. I'm like, that's not fucking right. Like I watched you pour Disaronno into this, but this tastes like whiskey. What the fuck happened? What did you put in this? Like it's
What have
very
you
strange.
done?
Very strange. Anyway, um, but yeah,
Okay, so a couple things. One, is there any that as a coworker, but it kind of sounds like there might be rumblings of this. Is this person a potential like
no,
dating partner or just completely
no, I
uh,
cannot imagine that at all. Um, she's
all right,
just kind of a cool person.
cool. Two, yeah, Taylor Swift is not your cup of tea, but it is not. There are some people where that is their personality. There isn't a lot of her fans that are just very full flush people. So while I
I
know you despise Taylor Swift,
absolutely, I know what you're saying, and I know I'm being unreasonable. Going, Swifty.
Swifty.
Yeah,
Yes.
like I get that I'm being a fucking absolute troglodyte. I am aware.
Okay. Three. This one is awesome to me. It's Toronto Maple Leafs.
I'm sorry. Yes, it's Leafs. We actually had like a talk about why because there
Okay.
is a team that like
Because
is
it is
Leaves.
in every other use of the word, it's leaves, Leaves,
Yeah,
because that is the plural of leaf.
yeah.
However, the Toronto. So do you know why it's the Toronto Maple Leafs?
I remember hearing this. I don't remember why. It had some cool kind of historical context to it.
It is from, I believe, a World War I Canadian regiment that fucking showed up and
Yes,
showed the fuck off and
yes,
showed those Hun sons of bitches what it do. And they have been commemorated forever by this team in Toronto, showing their respects to the fucking badasses that were the whatever unit.
yeah,
And that's why it is the Leafs, not Leaves. It's the
yes.
only
That's
correct.
right.
That is the only, because I remember having a discussion with a student. They're like, "Is it Leaves or like is it Leaves or Leafs?" I was like, "Huh." I was like, my brain says one thing, but we Googled it and yeah, it's the only correct use of leafs. Otherwise, it should always be leaves unless you are referring to that unit or that team. Today, y'all learned what to do.
Yep. Because I remember we looked this up because we had the exact same question, like the start of the Stanley Cup a couple weeks ago.
That's fucking rad. But
Yeah.
that's been your last couple weeks.
Yeah. I say otherwise, still continuing to swim. I say a bit over 2 kilometers now. Ooh.
Hey, do you have a like Mr. Rogers goal of hitting a certain thing that you just do every day, or what's your?
So, um, what I want to do, like right now, is Tuesday, Thursday. I want to do like full swim days, quote unquote. Which my hope next week is to do 3 sets of 16, so 3 sets of 800. Because what I've done the last week has been 3 sets of 15 or 750s. So I want to tick it up one. Because it put me at 2400 or 2400 meters, which would be cool. And then Sunday I usually do like a half day. Like this morning, I only did like 24 laps or 23. I think I skipped one because the time wasn't quite right. And then I'll hit a heavy bag later in the day. So
Sweet.
I think kind of my dream if I get there. Like originally my goal was like 50, but I kind of like the cadence of doing 3 sets. So I may try and go for like 3 sets of 20, and then like Sundays do 30.
But like, if you hit that, that's where you'd want to stay, or
At that point, yeah. Like if I hit that, then I'd probably just start looking and just speeding it, just pacing it up.
okay,
So like try and get
yeah, just try
effectively like
like do that amount, but just improve your time.
exactly. Just try.
Oh,
I think like if I had a time goal that I'd want to get it so that my average lap time, like including breaks between sets, like my average lap time is like 50 seconds or something.
that's what's up.
Yeah, I think like the Olympic pace for like the mile because I looked and like how slow am I? Jesus, they're fast. Um,
That's a good way of looking at it as opposed to going, fuck, I'm slow. Jesus, they're fast.
yeah, it's. I mean, both can be true. But like, I mean, the world record for a mile was like, I think they were doing basically like 50 meters every like 25 seconds or something. Which I'm like, good God, like, because I think right now my average time for like doing 50 meters, and granted, like it slows down and there's breaks, so it's not like just pure swim time. Like I'm calculating and all that other shit,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like my great mornings are like 63 seconds per lap. So that fucker doing it in 25 is still doubling my speed. I'm like, okay, god damn.
Well, fuck me.
Yeah, it's like, good lord, that is so fast. You do it for a mile? What the fuck?
That's funny.
What about you? What's been up?
So, I have had my last weekend was like kind of fucking crazy. Leading up into going, so I went to the regional championship in Minneapolis. Before that, was doing testing at school for like kids for like state testing, and we pay our kids. But it's just such an annoying treat every year. Be like, all right, guys, do some testing. You're not graded on it. You get paid money, and they will come in and try to cut corners or bitch and moan. It's just so fucking funny to me. It's like you're getting paid $25 to take 3 tests that no one cares on. You just have to take a little bit of time, and they're like, "Can I get more though? Can I listen to my headphones? Oh, this is so hard." I'm like, ah. It's
Bruh.
so hard for me to not be an old man and be like, you don't know how good you have it. It's like so fucking
I remember being so excited when like teachers would let us listen to like music during like finals and shit. And there was a
yeah,
couple who would I still today remember fucking sorry to cut it, but like I remember
yeah.
getting to listen in like my pre-calc final or something in high school. I was like
Hmm.
so excited. Miss Lawson just like her way to test whether or not you were trying to cheat is she just like came by wordlessly and grabbed a headphone of mine and just like put it in and was like, okay, cool, and then just walked away. Like just to double check that I wasn't fucking listening to, I don't know, the quadratic formula on repeat or some shit.
Gotta get in the zone.
I just, I don't know, it was some dumb EDM probably, or Quintus
Yeah.
Down Age or some shit.
So that happened this last week. Kids like constantly showed up late, would leave early. We're having to do like a makeup day that nobody's gonna show up to. It's
Stupid.
something. Yeah. Stupid's a good way to say it. Something's another good way, but so that happened.
Thank you, it's much better.
I love that. I love that. That was whoa, just jumps out the window. Everybody at home is now
like what
fuck
the
we're talking
fuck
about.
are we talking about?
Just fucking hard pivot to American Dads.
Good Lord.
One episode with that.
We are siblings. Holy.
Yeah. So my trip to Minneapolis was fraught with tales. Let me spin you a couple. First off,
bit of yarn here.
Yeah, it's yarn and then some. I apologize for the length, but these stories must be told. So we're headed to my car. My housemate was gonna borrow my car for the weekend, and in exchange, he was gonna drive me to the airport. Deal.
Yeah.
Takes me to the airport. We are crossing the street to get to my car because I live in a very cheap part of. I live cheaply in a sketch part of LA. So have to park on the street and pray that my car is there when I get there. So far it has been. Occasionally people have tried to take it but failed. We walk across the street and this car, I understand this, occasionally gets a little close for comfort. We're walking through a crosswalk and this car just pulls through, doesn't look at us, looks to see if cars are coming, and then pulls out. It was a little close for comfort. I'm used to it. My housemate was not having it. Just, the guy, he does the like freaking Dustin Hoffman from Midnight Cowboy. I'm walking here, hand throw. The guy doesn't even register his existence before driving off. My housemate then takes off his glasses, raises them above his head, and goes, "You fucking need these?" At like, I think this is like 7:50 in the morning. That's how my travel day is starting. I'm like, this is awesome. We get coffee. We pick up my my roommate for the weekend, and then we go to the airport. Plenty of time. Can't miss my flight like I did last time.
Smart start.
Yeah, it's. I am finding a way to learn from my near misses, and I am very excited by it. Of oops, either barely got away for that one, or it didn't punish me much. Cool. Don't let it punish you. You got the close call. Jesus took the wheel. Don't now get in a car accident because you leaned too hard into that skid. Go to the airport on time, plenty of time to get through, get to our place. It's chill. Walk through. So there are 2 ramps up to security zone C where we need to go.
Yeah.
We chose the one accidentally that leads to the TSA pre-check. Clear all. I've paid $100 a month and fly a fuck ton. I don't want to be with those pedestrians over there. Let me through. I am king. That area. Oops. So we're gonna walk around to go to the other side where we belong, us peasants. Walking past the TSA guy to go around where there's no ropes, and he's like, "I need to see your ticket and your ID." I was like, "Yeah, not going through here, going over there." He goes, "I need to see your ticket and your ID." I was like, "Okay, here you go." He goes, "All right, good." Like, glances at them, doesn't actually look at them.
Sure.
Glances at them like, "Neat, dude.
Casual little.
Your dick big enough? Cool. I'm gonna go over here now. You bucktooth fuck." Dude, it's fucking his teeth were trying to leave his face. I'm sorry. And also, be a dick. Get
like
dick
the hostility
comments.
of you bucktooth fuck.
Like
You
so
put,
I walk.
you put
I
so
walk
much mustard on it.
So I walk around, and then I hear him calling out to other people that are approaching. I need your IDs and your tickets out. No sass. I'm just like, motherfucker. I was tempted to turn around, not throw hands, but fucking drop bars. Like, your job has never prevented anything from happening ever. Good, bad, or otherwise. TSA is bullshit. Shut the fuck up. But I didn't. I'm in a good mood. We're on time. I giggle. I walk around. Wait through the absurdly long line, Disneyland style, with hopefully just a good ride on the other side. Heads up, it's not. Although it was Delta, so, you know.
Spoilers.
I get through, come up to the guy. Hey, guy is kind of chipper. You know, ID ticket. Here you go. Look at him. He goes, oh. You go, what's up? He goes, sorry, sir. You're on a no-fly list. It's like, what? He's like, yeah, you're going to have to go downstairs, go to this office. I don't know what's up. I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I'm over here. I have taken time off. I have paid a non-refundable ticket because I'm poor and probably shouldn't be going on this flight. But I'm going on this flight. Can't afford the insurance on it. Not paying for that shit.
Sure.
I've bought tickets to an event that are non-refundable. I have prepared for this. My life is flashing before my eyes. And then I get the cheeky, just kidding. What a motherfucker. Like, I'm not going to get on this plane now for a different reason. You son of a bitch. And I look at him like, I don't say anything, but I look at him and it screams, you fucking kidding me right now? And he doubles down. He goes, oh, is that not funny? It's like,
what?
If I had enough time looking back, if I was early, I think it might have been the first time I Karened up and been like, let me speak to your manager. Let me see if you don't have a job by the time I'm done with you. Fuck off. I don't need to have my lash flash before my eyes. I'm already in a bad situation and dealing with an idiot that is getting paid way too much with way too much power for no knowledge or importance. Fuck you. But we're getting through this. I'm not making a scene. I'm here with my friend. Okay, I walk through. I get to the area. Hey, take off your shoes, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Guess who rocks up for fucking episode 2 of this shit show? Walks up. The first thing out of his mouth isn't, hey, I'm sorry, I was just messing. It's, hey, no flyless guy. Jesus As I'm trying to take off my shoes and backpack, I'm like, ha, ha, ha. Like, just not making eye contact. Fuck me. I'm like, all right. I feel like I'm at a rich cousin's house that I need a loan from, and I can't just fucking mollywop this dumb tart.
Ooh, tart. I like it.
I go through security. I am, by the way, I am batting like near 1,000 on this. I go through the metal detector every time. Doesn't matter what I'm wearing. Doesn't matter what I've had to eat. All right, need to do a pat down. This is where we saw something. I look back on the screen. Every time, groin. Apparently I have balls of steel, and the people that have said as much are right. Like, they pat me down. The best part is they have to go through this rigmarole, but I've heard it 1,000 times. So I'm like, yep. Yeah, because they ask you like 7 different times. Is this okay? I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm touching you now. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Which consent's important. Love it.
As I say, better than the alternative.
But a free hand job I don't have problems with, so let's get after it. So
we've all got places to be.
Back of the hand. Do you want to be behind a curtain? No, let's fucking go. I got a plane to get to. Just fucking feel me up, Freddie. Let's make a move on. Get through that. Don't care. We get to flight goes fine. I watch half of the show that we're going to be reviewing later. It's lovely. I get a nice the universe gives me a nice cosmic reprieve. I get on. I again can't really afford, so I'm sitting middle. Sit down between what I pretty quickly ascertain is a couple, and the husband who's sitting aisle, my preferred seat, goes, hey, do you want to switch? I'd like to sit next to my wife. I went, done! Just fucking swapped at a nice seat. He was a lovely man. I watched him. This is so adorable. He was coding on his laptop
Mhm.
and then would take breaks, pull out a sheet of paper, and write code on a piece of paper and then put it on his computer. Just like, dude, there's a backspace button, but it's so cute watching a 60, 70-year-old man just like balding white hair on the side, just writing code on a piece of legal notepad and then crossing it out and then putting it in his computer. It's
That's
like,
funny.
it's kind of sweet. I love this guy. We get picked up at the airport, take an Uber to the hall. The guy in the Uber is like 70 and
Mhm.
pretty quickly becomes obvious that he might be doing this job not for the money, but because he needs people to talk at. And he's realized that what are they going to do? Give me a bad review? I'll go on to a different, fucking thing. I don't care. And so
Yeah.
we get in and he's just talking at us about stuff that we are very little interested in.
Yeah.
And he describes the game. Do you remember the game Guts? I think Craig Butcher described it to both of us on like some weird family summer trip back in the day.
No idea. Doesn't ring a bell.
So the game of Guts is everybody gets dealt 2 cards face down, and then everybody has an opportunity to fold. You cannot look at your cards. You cannot look at your cards. You cannot look at your opponent's cards. They are all just face down, and you can either stick in or fold, and then you're out the automated bet. If you stick in, you have to put more money in, and this repeats until either somehow there's a stage in which you reveal your cards, and whoever has the best hand wins the pot.
Okay.
Or everybody folds and you win the pot. That's the game, in quotes, game.
Huh.
My friend and roommate that I'm staying with on this trip just looks at me from this guy's expression. By the way, he brought up Guts after we said we're going to play a card tournament because we didn't want to get into the minutia of Magic.
Sure.
And he initially goes, car tournament? We're like, no, not car, card. He's like, oh, and then starts talking about Guts, apropos of nothing. Other than we said the word card. And then he's like, I know card. And then talked about Guts. And my friend just looks at me and goes, I don't think that's a game. It's like, I mean, yeah, it really isn't. It's the dumbest, weirdest form of dick measuring that I've ever heard that involves cards in some random aspect.
I was gonna say, I'll be honest, as dumb as it is, I think it would be really stupid to play sober. I think it would be a lot of fun to play a bit drunk with friends.
Yeah.
Low key. I think
I'm sure there are ways to play this in quotes game with friends where it would be enjoyable. But it is like to say it's a game is just wildly misleading.
Yeah, I think that shit just seems like a dumb drinking game more than anything else.
Yep. Tournament happens on Saturday. Played did not do particularly well. Did have a nice level up moment as a human being, which always a good thing to take away.
Sure.
Got beat in a pretty my deck decided it didn't want to function, which was a lot of my weekend, sadly. My deck was like, how about the cards you don't want? Tenfold. I'm like, neat.
Would you like all the land ever?
Yeah, no, it was that for like 4 games that weekend. It was a rough time. So lost in round 2 to a guy who seemed like he would be a great friend, but was just like, I don't want to get to know you as a dude I'm gonna know for 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, beats me, through my deck, basically forgetting that it needed to be a deck, which fine, happens. And then starts to try to talk to me. He goes, yeah, so my deck, like this and that. I'm just like, didn't put up my hand like in his face, but just kind of put up my hand. I was like, there's a pause. And I was like, I just drew 12 land and died. I don't really want to talk right now. And then put in my headphones. That sounds like the most obvious thing to do. But ladies and gentlemen, that might be the first time I've ever done that. And I had the clarity of a human being to not go, shut the fuck up, you suck. I should have won this game for sure. Dumb piece of shit. So, level up moment. Woo! I'm now a level 2 human being.
Mazel tov!
Woo! It's really weird. I've told the story now multiple times to my therapist, friends, and family. it's really weird to be proud of that and also realize the absurdity simultaneously of like, I'm a 37-year-old man. I'm just now figuring out how to like set boundaries with strangers in public when I'm annoyed.
Better than never, which some people don't.
Yeah. No, it's I am happy and proud of the improvement, and also saying that is an achievement unto itself, but it is still fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Good thing of the weekend, a friend who just found out just bought a house in Napa, and his partner of 12 years and wife of 1 is pregnant. Yay! Congratulations,
Mazel tov.
Max. Chose very good timing and requalified for the PT, and that PT is going to be like 2 months before he is dad. So getting it right in before the wire of probably not being able to play competitive Magic after that.
At least for a little bit.
Yeah, a long bit, but yeah. I mean, everybody's situation works differently. But,
I was gonna say a lot of external factors go into that, but that's
Yeah.
way more than we have time for.
fact. So after that, awesome. Woo! Ended up playing a tournament and found a new archetype that I don't normally play. Had a lot of fun. It's interesting playing an archetype where I usually don't enjoy it because you have to like play really well, and then it feels like some things were outside of your control, or it's kind of easy to thwart.
Sure.
But I noticed that it was like the only deck that was available to me basically, and playing the deck, when you won with it, which I got to win a fair amount with it, holy fuck, you feel like you did it. It was kind of like, huh, well, this is very satisfying in a way that I hadn't thought about before. But just like winning games where it's like, all right, he has this, I have to like gigabrain my way around that, and like, what do I do if this happens? And then when you win the game, your heart's pounding like you just like fucking, you won a coin flip for $1 million, but at the same time you chose the right coin because you're so super smart. It's like, oh, this is a drug right here. This is a drug I can get behind.
This is a dangerous prospect.
Yeah. Like I ended up going 7 wins, 2 losses in the tournament on Sunday after shitting the bed on Saturday, and the one that actually mattered. Didn't win shit, but I think I would run it back just for the feel of like the tournament, of like some of the wins, because they were just like so top tier when it came to just like the vibe of the victory. It was like, ha. From there, I went to the most insane pizza experience of my life. And I don't mean that like the pizza was good. So every time, to set a little bit of a preface, every time I've been to Minneapolis and gotten picked up by Uber drivers, I have gotten informed in certain areas, hey, this area, little sketch, watch out. And I'm over here at differing times coming from either the Bay Area or
Sure.
Los Angeles and being like, okay, Minneapolis, it's sketchy, whatever. Which by and large, to be fair, is likely true. We left the convention center Friday evening, got plenty of time. Star City Games, fucking kudos, running your shit like a goddamn German train station thinks it's supposed to be run. Just fucking on the numbers. It was amazing. Get out of there enough time, walk over to a pizza joint. So we walk up to the pizza joint that my friend had been to previously for breakfast. Sort of. So this place has 3 businesses under one roof in connecting rooms.
Mm-hmm.
She had come to the place that was on the far right of the building, or of the corner of the building, that was called Muffin Top for breakfast. Makes sense. Goes in there. There is 1 muffin left. Gets that. Goes over to get coffee. The coffee machine is out. Yes, I said coffee machine. They don't make the coffee for you. There's like a machine you can go get coffee from. It's out of coffee. And around it is bottles and bottles of liquor.
Okay.
So that day started with her having a muffin and a couple shots. She's from the South. She can hang. So we come back in there. I walk up to what I believe is the front door. It looks like the front door. It even says open above it and is like, facing in the business. And I go up to open the handle, and I see that she is walking to the left, down, away from that door. I go, front door. She goes, not the front door. I go, okay. I walk down. We go in a side door. There is an empty bar that is like kind of small and very dingy. We then walk into the pizzeria where there is one party eating pizza, a bunch of Magic players, nobody else. We sit down. They come over. They go, hey, what would you like to have? Like, okay, could we get this? Could we do a split on the pizza? We want a barbecue chicken on one and this like spicy Hawaiian on the other. He goes, yeah, I can make that happen. Do anything to drink? They have water. I'm like, what do you have? What sodas do you have? Like Pepsi products. I was like, do you have Mountain Dew? Do you have Dr. Pepper? They go, yeah, we got both. I was like, I'll take a Dr. Pepper. Thing one happens. They bring me a Mountain Dew after I ordered Dr. Pepper. Like,
Okay.
I like them both. Don't care. Whatever. Mistakes happen.
Sure. Thing two.
A party comes in after us, sits behind us, orders like 10 minutes after us, gets their pizza first. And the vibe of the guy, my partner points out, is very much like, she goes at one point, I don't think this guy works here. I was like, beg pardon? She goes, like, he's here and he's working, but I don't think this guy works here. I think this guy knows somebody that owns the place and is helping out. And as I watch, I'm pretty sure they're right. Pretty sure this guy doesn't work here. Thing two, they notice and then point out to me that there are signs on the wall that you would see in a TV show pizza joint, like crust for life, or sausage special, or like hokey things that you would see, like like little posters of, or little those like tin signs all over the place, covering up and or around or near paint that is just peeling off the walls. Couple behind us that came in 10 minutes after get their pizza. Chef, in quotes, guy in the kitchen, another name, comes walking out, goes, hey, pizza's taking a minute. It'll be out soon. I go, okay. He takes one step past me and then goes, how's that taste? I didn't realize there was a couple behind me, so I thought he was shit talking me initially, which I was like, what the fuck? Guy I don't know just came and told me it was gonna be a minute, and then fucking asked me how that tastes. I was like, and I look back, oh, there's a couple behind here, and they have their food. He's wondering how it tastes. Makes sense. So I get to have a little giggle. Goes in the back, comes out, and we can overhear them talking about how there's a difficulty putting both our pizzas on the same pie because they have two different bases. They talk about it for 5 minutes. And then he goes in the back. The other guy starts walking towards us. We're like, okay, he's going to tell us, we have to pick one. And then makes an abrupt right turn and goes down the hall to the empty bar. Not to be seen until later. I'm like, okay, what's happening with our pizza now? Pizza finally comes out. And they put both on. Lovely. So I'm going to ask you, Eli, if you made a pizza with red sauce, cheese, and ham, how would you layer it?
Probably in the order you just described.
Yeah, they didn't do that. They did red sauce, ham, and cheese. And so there's ham in between the red sauce and the cheese. Which I don't know if you've applied heat to ham before, but gets a little wet. And so the cheese was just kind of like gliding on top of this like ham slab. And I mean slab. It wasn't like Canadian bacon ham. It was like, you want a sandwich at like a shitty deli ham. And it's just like floating on there. And so when you pick it up, it occasionally would like try to leave. Sometimes the cheese would try to leave. Sometimes they'd both leave together. Either way, it was this like shoddy open face sandwich that you would serve to no one, which we're trying to like fold like 9 different ways into a box so it stays together and just huck it down our gaping maws. Get most of the way through. It's fine. We ask the chef guy in kitchen, hey, how, can we get the check? Literally, she goes, can we get the check? And he looks at us funny and goes, check? And we're like, the fuck? He goes, oh, the bill. We're like, yeah. He's like, okay. Goes in the back. And then we realized that near the front door where we had tried to enter, there was a line of people. And that the front door had 2 doors. There's the door on the outside that led in, and then there is a small foyer of a sort with another door. They are standing at this door that has like a little window, ringing a doorbell. Occasionally, the guy that was the dude that doesn't work here but is working here would walk over, talk to them, hand them nothing, and then some of them would leave and some of them would hang around. And this happened the whole time. And their ages made no sense. We saw 2 60-year-old couples come in. We saw 2 black guys in their like 30s. We saw 5 Puerto Rican kids that were at 12 at oldest. It was just a smorgasbord of no particular alignment of groups of persons. Coming up, ringing the doorbell, greeting them, saying funny things, occasionally never getting given anything that I could see. Definitely not fucking pizza. And some of them were leaving, and some of them were hanging around the whole time. It did not make a lick of sense. The chef comes back with our bill. That's a barcode. That's a first. He goes, yeah, scan this. And then doesn't say anything else. Goes, scan this, and then walks back into the kitchen. Never to be seen for the rest of this story. We go, okay. We scan the barcode. It takes us to like a pay app, which we're like, this is kind of cool. The cost of the pizza was less than it was listed on the menu, which also, backtrack, I spaced on this. There was only one size pizza. We have pizzas you can buy by the slice or you can buy by the pizza. The pizza is 16 inches. Go big or go home. The end. FYI, that is bigger than a large Domino's. That is a big pizza.
Yeah.
And that's the only option.
Get them humongous.
It was $16 on the menu. It was less than that when we paid. I am getting very confused. Before he goes into the back and never to be seen again, I asked the chef, I go, hey, bathroom? And he goes, oh yeah, walk down that hall until you hit the wall and then bank right. I'm like, I'm not playing pool. I don't need to run into anything, but thank you. I walk down into the less dingy bar now where there are the, maitre d's not the right word, the guy that works here but doesn't work here, standing behind the bar, talking with 2 women who are eating food that isn't on the pizza menu, that both simultaneously look 60 and 30 at the same time. And then on the other side, on like the customer side, there are 2 men that look older than our dad and 2 women talking to each of them respectively that look younger than us, but might not be. It's hard to say. And I'm like, this reminds me of things I've seen before. Where does this remind me of things I've seen before? Who's to say? I go into the bathroom. There are 2 faucets. They are clearly connected, as I can see all the inner workings of of the freaking of the piping. One of them needs to see a doctor about its prostate. It is a dribble, and the other one I think is trying to show off and got all of me wet. Go inside, or go back inside. We've paid the bill. We walk outside. My friend and I both quickly ascertain, I don't think they make their money selling pizza. I order an Uber. I get there. I get picked up. I go, this area, little shady. He goes, well, I always see the same people in the same place. Like, got it. So I don't know if they were selling pussy, drugs, or both, but 100% we bought the thing that they sell the least of, which is pizza in a pizza parlor.
Yeah, no, that's a front. That's probably some kind of money laundering. If it's people walking by saying hi, it's drugs.
Yeah.
I'd bet it's drugs.
I think, given my last interaction in the bar, that it's a little bit of a lot of one column and a little of another column. But pizza is not any of the columns that are on there.
No, but you got to have it just in case,
Yeah,
for
just in
tax
case people
purposes.
walk by, and then you have to make them. But the funny thing is, the party that was before us was like 12 people, and they got like 4 pies. So 100%, they're like, "Shit, how do we make a pizza?" Like, that was the real problem when he talked to the other guy. It wasn't how do you to put 2 pies on one pizza. It was how do you pizza to begin with.
Yeah.
And to close out my week, I recently got this awesome response. So I matched with someone on Hinge. They had this interesting thing, which, if you want me, I will rate your profile. Just leave this emoticon or whatever, this emoji. I was like, okay. So said a couple words, left an emoji. They responded back. They responded back to my prompt. I responded back. And then I get this message. This is verbatim. I'm not interested in chatting with you, but as far as the review goes, I have 80 requests to get to before yours. So just give me a little time. Fucking what?
Okay.
I'm running a business here. You're number 80. Wait your turn.
I was gonna say I almost say reply back. Ignore original prompt. Tell a story about a goldfish.
Tell a story about a goldfish is great. But anyway, that's a long-winded way of saying that was my trip.
You know, well, that was love you. We got to learn to pace that shit up because my God, we've been talking to you for a while now. We still haven't gotten to what we're supposed to talk about.
Yeah, which was on my way back. Finished season 3 of Invincible. So that's what we're gonna talk about.
So, you would you were always a little more down on the show than I am. So I'm curious to have you start and see where you sit with some of it.
Okay, so spoilers for
Yeah, big
always.
big spoilers.
Spoilers for Invincible Season 3 end at 1 hour and 39 minutes.
So these are my cons. The whole half of the getting free from the prison episode with the voiceover and the guards that don't do anything and don't pose a threat, but that for some fucking reason Seth Rogen's one-eyed alien character feels the need to free everybody to help him fight, even though he can't lose or get hurt by them, is baffling to me, and is just so much of that episode is a time suck. It does. The
Sure.
voiceover is kind of fourth wall breaking in a show that doesn't generally do that.
Yeah.
Fucking weird. I love Paul F. Tompkins, who I'm 99% sure is the voice of it. I really just didn't care for it. The
Okay.
guards are literally doing nothing but wasting airtime in a show that could use some more things done. So fuck that. It was funny
Sure.
for a second, and then it was just, I don't care. And then he's releasing guys to die to them, even though he can't get hurt by them, which felt weird.
Sure.
I do like the fact that we get the reintroduction of
Battle
Thundercat, and I think is it Thundercat?
Battle Beast.
Battle Beast. 6 1/2 dozen of another. Battle Beast. Love the character. I like the fact that he's a callback that requires no prior knowledge other than, hey, you remember that guy? And there's going to be more on that in a second. So that was a really good way to reintroduce a character that's been out of the show for a minute that was cool, but didn't matter.
Yeah.
And also, it makes sense why he fucked up. Like, this is a kind of cool callback that I actually appreciated of Battle Beast. Fucked the shit out of Invincible and everybody in season 1. I was like, God damn, what the fuck? Well, it makes sense because when he comes back, he's like, I want to fight fucking.
He's like, I want Viltrumites.
I want Viltrumites. I am Hercules in cat form. Let's fuck some shit up.
Yeah,
Love that.
He wants something that's worth fighting. Those things are worth fighting.
Yeah. Love that character. Thought it was fucking dope. Like that. The rest of that episode can fuck right off. It is just doesn't do much and takes a long time to do it. The time travel episode is so goddamn dumb. The fucking I'm the immortal. I've lived forever. I've gone crazy. You left this for me. Okay, one, he's clearly just like not playing with him, but he doesn't need to kill him. Chop his fucking arms off. Pin him down. You don't need to tear his head off. But that's a quibble. The dumb twins are fucking stupid. Clearly, they're setting a plot up for the next season or a future season, which this ties neatly into my next one. Stop with so many side plots that you're setting up for future seasons. This is not necessarily I think this problem goes outside of the show. I think if we were back in the day where everybody was watching 3 shows a year or whatever, that would be a little bit better. I still think they do it egregiously. But we're watching so many shows. I forget about these characters. And I feel like I've got a decent attention span and like the show and don't even watch that much compared to at least some people. It's really hard to keep all of them straight. Have them matter for bridge seasons, but have it end. Don't have it constantly be this like reoccurring thing once a season, once every other season. The fact that I think in back-to-back seasons, I guess it wasn't last season, but we get at the end of the season, we get the like tie-in of the aliens from Mars in the sewers.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck off. Stop it. It's so like bandwidth. People only have so much bandwidth. Have them matter, have a big story, have them go away. If you want them to come back later, cool. But teasing so many goddamn things, it's not like that anymore. Like, it's not the way people consume media. At least I don't. And I think people who consume a lot more are going to find this harder to like keep remembering all the shit. It doesn't need to be like that. And it also wastes time. The time travel episode is, I would say, objectively as a standalone episode, real fucking bad. And it's just servicing to set up a future. They come back, they've done a thing. I'm like 99% sure. And to do that is just, there's so like, do an actual story, not a tease for a later thing.
So my 2 notes about that.
Okay.
One, I completely agree. The time travel episode felt completely out of place. It felt really strange. And I didn't care for it at all. It literally just felt like a big side story to try and get Mark on the idea that killing is not always bad. And it just felt like a ham-fisted way to just bludgeon Mark in the head and be like, hey, sometimes somebody just needs to die. It's like, Jesus Christ, we get it. Okay, fine. My note on teasing things is that you do remember that a lot of people will wait till the show is done and just watch the entire thing. So I don't actually know that comment of like, I don't think teasing things is intrinsically bad.
They tease so much though.
Sure. But like, I don't necessarily agree that it's bad. I do agree they tease too many things. I will see that they should I think they should tease more when it's closer to being relevant, because like teasing something at the end of a season where it's like, we haven't seen that alien problem this whole season long. It's like, yes, they did something with it in season 2. It's like, yeah, but it hasn't been a factor in season 3. So like, I think they should tease it the start of fucking season 4 when it's actually going to come back into frame.
I think I'm not a fan of the teasing. I think more what I mean is I don't like the setup to eventual payoff when it's a season away. Because I'm 99% sure the thing with the time travel boys is going to happen next season at some point. There was another one that like they're
what do you mean? What thing with the time travel guys?
I think the time travel guys are going to come back. Like the way they talk, like don't say it yet, and like there's clearly more to them. Like they are not just for that episode. They're going to be back next season. or in a season after that. Like, they are not done with that character.
I
But
I wouldn't be surprised if they never come back.
I would bet good money that they are going to come back.
Okay.
Just because of, like, one, the episode is clearly there is something missing. There is an empty chair, so to speak. And also just the verbiage around it. It seems like something else is like afoot there.
Sure.
And doing setup episodes or setup arcs, like, I mean, I love the fight at the end. The fight at the end with the other Invincibles is a setup. It's really cool. Also, it's a setup. It's like, don't just do the thing. You don't need to set up and then wait and then come back. You're setting up so much that if they were setting up one thing each season or for like long term, that would be kind of be fine. Like the fight with the Viltrumite where she just beats him up and goes, "There's one coming," and then at the end of the season we get Conquer.
Yeah,
is pretty fucking dope. But they do so much of it that you can only give so many fucks, and so I think you need to concentrate that more than the show does. I think that show asks a lot of fucks and a lot of attention in weird ways, and I don't think that's for the best.
Okay.
So there's a couple I like. This kind of blends into the I like aspect. The discussions over morality, killing, and biz. However, this is a little weird, is for Mark's character, killing isn't okay. Sure, got it. But prison forever, as opposed to letting people work for the agency to remedy their crimes is just such a bad argument that doesn't hold up at all. Granted, high schooler,
Yeah.
but it is just like,
So,
I really wish you'd take a minute to look at that, Mark, because that doesn't make any goddamn sense.
So I love a friend of mine said, like, I agree with Cecil 100%.
No, Cecil's just right.
Hang on, motherfucker, wait.
Okay.
Like, I agree with Cecil 100%. However, Cecil has the de-escalation techniques of a fucking loaded handgun.
that he could use to learn on that one,
Like,
for sure.
And it's so frustrating because I 1000% agree. Cecil's 100% right. Like, and Mark is just being a short-sighted, and Cecil is 100% right when he's like, the only, like, the person you're willing to forgive is your dad, and he killed thousands of people.
Yeah, put you through
He put you through a fucking train.
Yeah.
Like, he ruined Chicago. Like,
so
yeah.
I agree that his de-escalation isn't great. However,
it's terrible.
So yes and no, because he is dealing with someone that could easily kill him.
100%.
And so, like, for him to be like, "Look, bud, like, the White Room isn't for me," or it's to protect me. It's just like, yeah, I'm a fucking human, and you're nearly a god.
Like, I get it. I really do. But, like, he doesn't just, like, it's not, his de-escalation is really bad. Like, he doesn't talk in a good manner to do any of that. Like, it's real bad. And also, his first response is, like, walking him into the White Room, and he fucking hits the alarm button that just, like, puts Invincible on his ass. Like, also, he could have just not used the earpiece. Like, they probably have loudspeakers, and he could just be like, yeah, we did this. Like, I need this to make sure you don't go fucking wild like your dad did and kill me, because I'm scared shitless of you. But, like, he makes it so confrontational. It's so stupid.
I
get
agree
why.
And I disagree. I think I would need to go back and watch it, but my recollection is I agree that he, like, kind of, there's a certain point where he just matches Mark's energy, and I think that is a little bit bad. But also, Mark is kind of holding the trump card here, and he is trying to, like, it's interesting talking sense to somebody that can get hit by a spaceship and being like, yeah, it's not okay that you do this, but also, like, he can take it. Oh.
Yeah,
but
also, like, I get it that also if just Mark loses his shit and slaps Cecil's head comes off.
Yeah.
Like I get why. I do, but it's just kind of, like, frustrating to watch.
What's really frustrating to watch is Mark never takes a breath. Cecil, and for, like, I agree that in the latter half or latter third, Cecil just goes, all right, we're fucking doing this. Please chill. Like, he does ask him to stop, listen. Like, he is always, he's never, like, trying to fight him. He is trying to sort of calm him down with oppression, which is like not how that works. Well, however, he is dealing with something that we are kind of outside the scope of understanding the circumstance of mentally. That being said, I think the first half to third or 2/3 of their conversations, Mark is being wildly emotionally like just absurd.
Oh yeah, like I
And
said,
Cecil's like,
100% agree with
dude,
Cecil.
chill. And he's like not having it ever. And then has the like, I understand a lot of people's responses, but they're wrong. Cecil is just right. And like,
Oh yeah,
I'm on Team Cecil on this one. I
1000%.
understand Mark's like position on it, but
I get
Cecil
where
is
Mark
just,
is. Mark is coming from a very emotional black and white standpoint. Cecil's like, I have seen how shit goes. It's got to be gray.
Yep.
Like,
and I love his backstory is awesome.
his backstory is
I
fucking
love
dope.
Cecil's backstory. I think the highlight of this season was Cecil for me. I also, we're both fucking huge fans of Walton
Hard
Goggins.
to not love Walton Goggins. Guy's voice is incredible, and just he gets to chew up every scene he's fucking in.
Yep.
Like, it's great.
So the power levels and physics of the show continue to be wildly all over the place and just like not make sense to me. I understand, and they didn't do too egregious like Naruto style job of I'm emotional, ergo I'm more powerful. They did it in situations that made sense. I thought it was fine. The fucking one of the kind of glaring problems for me is Eve. I do and don't like the logistics of her like not death come back superpowered for a second.
Yeah.
Made sense. However, her power is fucked up. And if she unlocks it, how does she not just I kind of wanted her to just kill Conquer or destroy him on her own and not have it be Mark. I think that would have been cooler anyway. But also the fact that she kind of just does work, but not that much work to him. I was like, your power is kind of absurd. Like she's basically Dr. Manhattan, right?
I feel like the problem is that the author probably wrote her and then went, she solves everything.
Yeah.
How do I not do this? Like, it feels like she is just unintelligent about how she uses her power, or they just have to restrict her. Because yeah, she is functionally Dr. Manhattan. Because even if you can't like prevent people from, like, even if she can't alter sentient matter, like the fact that she could turn the air into something strong enough to hold a Viltrumite means she could just make there be a vacuum around you, and most people die.
Yeah, it's her power function is like strangely bizarre.
Yeah. Controlling anything on a molecular scale makes you God if you know how to use it. So it's that's a hard line to toe.
I think they've done a good job, and like the explanation was good, but it wasn't just her either. It's just like there are fights that characters have where like, okay, the one that troubled me was early on. It was cool, was Dr. Seismic has all these creatures. Mark gets fucked up by one of them, and then the other guys get released, and a lot of the other heroes are soloing or two-timing, 2 versus 1 of them. It's like, Mark is stronger than all of you, some of you combined, and he got soloed by one? I'm sorry, what? And like, he knows he's fine killing a fucking, oversized cockroach. Like, he doesn't
fine
have
killing a caterpillar.
Yeah, it's like, why the fuck is he losing there?
That one did perturb me too.
I was like, the fuck? Like, really? Like, if the other ones had problems with it, I would have been fine. Like, goddamn, these underground monsters are busted.
But if they just dogpiled him, I'd have been fine with it.
Yeah, also that, which I don't know why we didn't do that. And my last thing on the cons is there's so much I love about Conquer. His voice acting, which is, I'm 99% sure,
it's the guy who did Negan.
Yeah, it's the guy who did Negan and I can't remember his name. 1 second. Oh, it's Conquest. Anyway, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, fucking sweetest guy, plays some of the best villains on the planet.
Yep.
Fucking love you. However, and this kind of goes back to, for fans of the show for a long time, I really did not like Demon Slayer for one reason. Do you remember what it was?
You didn't like the weird interjection of backstory?
Yep. Same thing they did here. We've got this great fight. It's going awesome. It's going awesome. It's coming to a close to an end. Now hear my sob story. Don't care. I don't care at this point.
I actually kind of loved it.
Like, you're talking about tearing apart my brother, and now you're telling me I'm alone and sad. I don't care. Say that early, and it's interesting.
See, okay, so here I'll actually push back against that, and
Okay.
there's a very distinct reason for why. If he says it early, there's a chance he loses, and it doesn't matter. The point is, like, it maintains the idea that no one will ever understand. The only people who get that little glimpse are immediately dead, which I kind of love.
Sure. I don't know. I
think that's totally fair.
Undermined the character for me. I'm glad it didn't undermine it for you, but for me it was like, oh man, like I kind of wanted you to just be this obelisk of evil, and like showing like the soft wet underbelly.
I mean, I still think he is.
I found it to be kind of. I mean,
did he or did he not flatten part of a city and about rip a kid in half? Like, come on now.
Still, I agree. It very much did do that. It just, for me, it made him less of a kind of cool big bad.
I mean, don't worry, he's not fucking dead.
Which also, one fucking Christ, the ability that they let, like, I get Conquer not being dead.
Conquest.
Sorry, yeah, I keep calling him Conquer like he's bad for a day.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is he having a bad fur day?
Yeah, Conquest. Also, the way they said, oh, we've got him like controlled with this thing. Okay, that's not going to hold. And then a nuclear thing. It's like, oh yeah, if we think a nuke's going to work, why didn't we use it?
I am hoping that just like the writing was stupid, and I'm hoping they also just like. So I get why Cecil keeps him. I 100% understand why he keeps him. He's a font of information. He's something that can be studied. XYZ. Fine. If they do not put an earpiece in his fucking head that makes the noise that flattens Mark, I am livid. Because that's the easiest. His head's apart. You could jam something in there while we're at it.
Yeah.
Like, there better be more restraint than we put him in a big block of tungsten. Bitch! That ain't gonna hold him. We both know is. Like, even weakened, he's still a fucking crazy Viltrumite that flatlines Mark if he just takes it seriously. Like, the only reason Mark is alive is because he was enjoying playing with his food, which awesome. Also,
yeah, no, I love the character.
I say that, and because Eve basically flattened off his skin and a lot of his muscle, which stuff is
it was cool,
hurts. But
also again, if you can do that, come on. Anyway, that goes back to the power issue. I do like the way his story ends. All of that makes sense. Last quibble is what the fuck with what's his name? Who's the brainiac looking motherfucker?
Oh, Angstrom Levy.
The fact that Angstrom's not dead in that scene. All right, I know you got like this weird fucking like surgery thing to stay alive.
Like, Conquest gets away with it because he's a badass old Viltrumite. What's your reasoning?
Yeah, I would love to know your reasoning. Also, so that happens, somehow spends a lot of time dragging himself into the other zone because he was on the ground for a while, which, okay, somehow you're alive, whatever.
Sure.
He gets part of his arm cut off and then cries about potentially bleeding to death. Come the fuck on! What? Like, oh, I'm gonna bleed to death from this arm, but not your head being turned into a canoe and being left out in the sun for an hour.
To be fair, that is because when he dragged himself in, they immediately set to work fixing him, presumably.
But he was out there for like so long.
Yeah. But when he comes through with his arm missing, they're like, "We're not gonna fix you."
Yeah.
So that is different.
He complains about it real quick though. But it's like, dude, you're also super smart. Fucking cauterize your fucking hand. I don't know. Like, you're supposed to be super smart. It's just the physics of this world are often like really fucking wild.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hire a better script supervisor so that they like make sense. All right. So I have a category that okay, one, do you have cons? Sorry, kind of.
I was gonna say my only other con is like the motivation of Angstrom Levy is fucking crazy because it makes no goddamn sense.
How so?
He hates Invincible, but then is working with the evil Invincibles to prove that the bad Invincible or the good Invincible is bad. It's
Yeah, that's
just
weird.
all over the place. Like I just he just doesn't have like Conquest for as much like I get that you don't like the weird little like I'm so lonely bit, but like Conquest has a primary motivation
I
and
mean,
he
it's his
delights it.
job.
Yeah, and he just fucking has fun with it.
Yeah.
Like most of the other villains have sensible, sane motivations and like primary directives they follow that make fucking sense. Extra Levy just doesn't. It's like, ah, like the
Yeah.
explanation for his activities is like he's just crazy and brain damaged, which like is fine, except for the fact he's gonna come back again.
Yep.
Like that's honestly what perturbs me about it is that he just has no he's nonsense motivations and he just keeps coming back. Like I'm fine with him coming
Comes
back.
back for like an episode each season.
Yeah, like
Let's
I'm
have storylines as opposed to one-offs. I feel like that's like we have an overarching storyline of a season, and this one was great. Cecil versus Invincible at like
Yeah.
certain levels.
Yeah.
Like made sense. Love a lot of those, but the like one-off episodes are they have highlight moments and a lot
I
of
will say
dumb.
he is a good bridge between like the whole episode of Marks, which also I love that episode. But
What
the
episode?
episode of like the Marks coming or the Invincibles coming to fuck shit up was a good like galvanizing agent to put Mark and Cecil back together out of necessity.
Agree.
So like he's a decent plot device in that sense.
Sure.
But I just wish he had better motivation. I do also I love what is his name? Aaron Paul? Is that his fucking name?
Yep.
Yeah. Holy fuck, his voice acting sucked. I'm sorry, he's just the whole time.
Also, his character fucking sucked.
His character was kind of stupid and
Real dumb.
it was real dumb. Also, I'm like, why did no one throw him into orbit? Like,
Yeah, it was.
I didn't like his whole thing. Like, I also just
I like the power construction because it's like Electra meets Sebastian Shaw, but other than that, like I don't.
yeah, like that's fine. I get that he's just angry and sad, but also like just bro, like Invincible being feeling guilty about that. I'm like, you didn't voluntarily fly into that train.
Yeah.
Like you didn't voluntarily fucking fly into that apartment building. Like,
Also, just another character that's insane. Like he kills his wife and son, and
him,
then
I
is
at
like
least
Invincible did it. It's like no.
I at least understand his insanity. He at least makes sense. He is
Sure.
just he doesn't know how to deal with the grief. He doesn't know how to feel like he's heard. He doesn't feel like he matters. Him, I at least can make sense of. I will
Sure.
give that to him. I think it's kind of stupid how he's handled, and he's just kind of a whiny cunt. But at least he makes perfect sense to me. I just don't know why Aaron Paul can't do more than one note when he's sounding like him.
Yeah, I really hope it was direction, not his choice. But yeah, it was.
It was just
bland.
it was hard to listen to at a certain point. It's like somewhere between he has to take a shit and he has to cry.
Should he cry?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Do you have any other I have this weird in between of I am not sure how I feel about this, and it's question mark.
I think otherwise I pretty like some of the animation in the first chunk kind of sucked. The last two episodes, it's like, oh, this is what it could look like if we gave it the money.
The only problem I had, I was kind of the way you prefaced it of like animation's not good. The only problems I had was with the 3D when he was working out lifting that thing. Holy shit, that thing looked ugly. I was like, God damn, like that, what?
Yeah, fair.
Like, why does it stick out like it's fucking made from a different universe? Jesus Christ. Other than that, it's like, I mean, it wasn't as good as like they definitely paid more animators, did it on like
I think mostly it's that the last two episodes have such higher like quality of animation compared.
I think it's just because it's all fight sequences that you really want to have pop.
Sure,
like,
but like,
I think it was like
you've still
we
got
have this much budget.
It's not like there aren't other fight scenes. Like
3, but these are the ones that like that. I don't know. I think they just wanted to make the. They
I don't
wanted to
know.
make it
Him
strong.
fighting a dragon could have popped like hell.
That
So-
was weird as fuck. That storyline was very bizarre in so many different ways. Like, oh, there's magic. It's like, sure.
I mean, there
Fucking
has
why not?
been the whole time. There's been fucking magic and curses and like it is not just all sci-fi. It's like there's just magic shit too.
Yeah, it was just like kind of like, oh, this unkillable dragon. It's like fucking
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
it's like it's the projection, like
Yeah.
it's- yeah. I don't know that
like it made sense, but it was
okay.
also kind of like, oh, sure, this is happening. Why not? It's just a lot. The show
Sure.
is at times a lot of things. It's like
sure. That's
maybe for me, maybe more isn't more. I don't know.
fair. Okay. No, I can feel that.
So
yeah.
Go ahead.
As I say, otherwise, I think you basically touched on anything I would say that's a negative. So yeah, go for it. Go for your in betweens.
So the ending message of Invincible of death is okay. Just the timing of it was a little bit bizarre. Of like, if anybody comes near my family, I'm gonna fucking kill them. It was like, I mean, I understand why you're saying that, but also like, I don't know. It felt like just the timing and the way he said it was kind of like, and the matter of factness of it was peculiar to me. I'm sad, but one of the things I liked about this season was they killed people. I'm still not sure how I feel about the death of the Maulers. That was a little peculiar. Also, again, kind of going back to the power ceiling thing, the Maulers took on and got hit by some motherfuckers back in the day, and for Oliver to just drop them was a little weird. Like the Maulers fought the OG fucking guys. Was it the crew that like that Omni-Man killed?
The Guardians. Yeah.
The Guardians. They fought the Guardians and hung. Like they did pretty good work on them. Like they lost, but it wasn't easy. And then Oliver comes in and just fucking dissects them. It's like, what? But then I don't know. Like
that did feel like a death for shock value, which like it works. And I mean,
it did.
Oliver is still a Viltrumite for all intents and purposes. So
yeah,
okay.
I thought, and I think the thing that kind of started was like, was the fact that he was totally fine with just wiping them. It was like, that's like, I mean, he was
so
like one of them gave up and was backing away with his face fucking off. And he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna kill you. It was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
that one was a little bit like a bit, and especially considering the way he acts before and moving after. Like, I mean, maybe Mark gets through to him or whatever, but it felt like pretty just kind of like, it felt very callous and cold for his character, which is a little weird.
To that I would say yes and no, because like you also have to remember, like he is fundamentally like, as much as he's being raised like a human, he's not. And so like there's probably part of him that recognizes like his life is so much shorter lived.
Maybe, I don't know. Again, this isn't unsure. I don't think it was a bad thing. It was just kind of like,
it was a bit shocking, sure.
It was a bit of a head tilt, like a head scratcher. Still kind of, And the last one is, I want to know, like, it's kind of weird that we haven't heard about the cool space guy that kills an Invincible by himself.
Apparently, the character's name is Tech Jacket. Apparently, he does more stuff like later in the comic series.
He fucking just soloed an Invincible. It's like, why?
They just like fought him over 2 days and eventually kills him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, why haven't we seen this guy before? Like, this guy fucking slaps sticks. What the fuck is he doing? Like, everybody else is like having to try really hard. We didn't quite see how it happened, and we just like see him, an Invincible going to outer space. Then we see him later. And it's like, and that Invincible is dead. I'm like, huh? Like, who is this guy? Like, why don't I know about him? He seems pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, like apparently Tech Jacket does more later. It has cool shit.
I mean, clearly,
yeah,
fucking killing an Invincible. All right, so now to the pro category, bro. Why don't you lead us off?
As mentioned, Cecil fucking robs the show.
Banger.
It just, God, Walton Goggins is just great. I also like that you get to. I appreciate this for as much as Cecil's whole like shtick is being calm, cool, collected. You get to see him start to fucking panic at the end.
Yeah.
Like, we're just like yelling at Singler, just like, fucking make it work. And just like,
Yeah. Just,
God
God
damn.
damn.
Like, I mean, for obvious reasons, he's dealing with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like, I do think outside of the Conquest fight episode, which is just awesome, I think the best episode is seeing Cecil's past.
Yep.
And like getting to see why he does the way he does, and like how he was given his test to see like improve a prison.
Yeah.
Like, and how it makes so much sense for how he wants to be, and the idea, like the ideology of we can be the good guys or we can be the ones who save the earth.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
I really like that as like the kind of the message of this season of being
Yeah.
like, look, saving the world is ugly. You can be
Yeah.
the good guy, you can be virtuous, or you can be the guy who
you can
doesn't.
get results.
Yeah. Like that makes sense.
Yeah, like it's I like everything about that. Again, his de-escalation could use some work, but I do understand why it's kind of like, just play safe than sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that, super good. I it's kind of silly, but I do like the montage of aliens trying to dissect Alan. Just not being able to kill him was just really funny to me.
I do love Alan as plucky comic relief. I just didn't like the
Yeah.
way he was utilized this season.
Yeah, I did love like the execution scene with Nolan, where he's like, "Do you have anything to say?" She's like, "I'm sorry, you'll never understand."
Yeah.
Like, that's so cool. Like, the Nolan growth is really cool.
Yeah.
And while yes, the aliens in that episode were stupid, like the guards were stupid, I did love that bit. Like, that was just such
Sure.
a cool kind of moment where it's like,
No, I think the Viltrumite aspect of that episode was very good.
yeah. Um, I I as much as like I know you don't love, and you've had your vocalized frustrations with the one episode off recurrences. I do love the um the mob boss who like coats himself in cement, like just fucking playing people for fools.
No, I love that character. I thought that story was really good, and it's been like a long time coming.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the guy that's like he makes a deal to like, this is my city.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I think that character's rad.
I can't remember his fucking name.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Titan.
Titan, yeah.
Also, I love the way he gets away for Invincible and just has a bunch of people in gray hoodies and jeans. It's like,
Yep.
ha, clever. Like, I don't know. I love how fucking resourceful that guy is. Like, he's just like,
Mhm.
all right, I cannot fucking brawl with these people. How can we do this?
No, it's really smart character. Really liked the way he is going about. He's like, I've got these problems. How do I deal with them? And he's finding very smart ways of kind of getting around impossible tasks. It's
Yeah.
very cool. I don't like the fact that, again, just let them be dead. Dragon Guy is potentially coming back in future.
Yeah.
I would have been fine with that arc, like legitimately fine with that arc, because they kind of write him more or less out, but sort of in with Machine Head taking power if Dragon Guy was just dead.
Yeah.
It's like that would have been fine with me. Like that aspect, it took away a little bit of the luster of that episode, but otherwise, I did really like it. Also, liked the way they used his fucking her dumbass brother's powers. Like he is an idiot in real life in a bunch of ways, but his fighting style with that power is kind of rad.
That was super cool. That was
like, how do I break out of prison? Okay, I make a bunch of myself and break a door with my dead bodies. I'm like, that's fucking busted.
Yeah, when I
Holy
saw him doing it, I'm
shit.
like, he isn't doing. Oh my god, he is.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Fucking heavy metal as shit.
Yeah, like that was. Man, it's like, man, Kate, you fucking suck compared to your sibling.
I am
damn.
so glad this was gonna be under a con, but it's a pro now. I am so glad Kate and fucking what's his face?
Immortal?
The Immortal
Yeah.
are gone. Please write them out. They suck as characters. Holy fuck. I am so glad that they are hopefully not going to be around for future seasons. I was sad when they came back. It's like, you guys are both bland as shit. Like Kate had her one cool moment. Immortal like finally saw the like, I'm tired of living this. I've lived it for 1,000 years. I'm fucking over it. I'm like, cool, go away. Like I really don't like you. You're just flat as crap. Please stay gone. You're so boring.
Yeah.
And good.
As I say, I did appreciate, inversely, they actually did something with Kate. The bitch who can shrink and grow.
Oh yeah, no, her character is also great.
Like her and Rex actually had great character growth. Like they actually fucking functionally changed. They act like, and it made good sense. Like
it's fantastic.
It was great. Also, Rex has the most metal way to go.
I'm so glad they full stop killed characters this season. Ones that mattered. It sucked that it was the Maulers, it was Rex. A couple other people died that like mattered, and hopefully they don't come back.
Yeah.
I loved Rex's death scene, was so earned, so dope. It was sad because you'd see him grow, but you're like, fuck yeah, go hard. And the fact that he beats Invincible and fucking does it in this dope way, fucking so great. It made me sad, it made me happy. Fucking cheers all around. Like such a good
What
scene.
do you have left to explode? My entire goddamn skeleton.
You dick.
Boom.
Yeah, just fucking yes. Just like, let's go.
You just, as he starts to glow, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, fucking dance. Like, let's do this shit.
That was such a metal fucking exit for him.
Oh yeah. I loved his character each season. It got progressively better and got to go out on a high note. Sucks that he has to leave his girl behind, but it made sense, and it's sad, but it, that's the world.
What a fucking Chad.
Yeah. Goes hard.
Yeah, like admittedly, it's a little fucking weird that at the funeral, Mark's just like, I'm just happy you're alive. It's like, read the room, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, but also, read the room. Oh, Eve's parents continue to suck dick, but that's not new.
Say that again, sorry?
Eve's parents continue to suck dick.
Jesus Christ, her dad blows ass. I really hope that he just dies. Fuck me. There's certain characters they write really fucking one note, and like he is one of them where it's like, dude, for the love of God, have something about you that isn't just like he's grumpy Smurf, all grown up. It's like, Christ, you suck. You're just so one thing.
You're so hateful
the whole
and non-supportive.
Yeah, there's nothing good about you.
I mean,
your hairline isn't it. Your belly isn't it. Your fucking morals aren't it.
Damn.
You suck in all directions. Why does Eve keep Eve must love her mom because her dad is not it. Holy crap.
I feel like that definitely goes to like the idea of like family is family, even if they kind of suck. And so like I respect it from a writing, like from the emotional writing point of view. And it's like, I get it, but
like it would have been so nice for him to give a shit about his daughter when he came to the hospital, but even then it didn't feel like he did.
No.
It's like, man, come have a moment, please. Nope. All right. Well, I tried.
You continue to be an asshole. I mean, I've met parents like that, but still, goddamn. Yep. I love what they did with the mom. She gets to like date again, and the fucking awkwardness of that guy trying to be like, how do I talk to your kids?
It was so one of the things that I love they did this season was a lot of big picture ethos, like kind of philosophical dynamics. It was, all right, death versus rehabilitation. It was dating somebody whose kids you have no connection with, in this case because they're superheroes, but just in general, being that odd guy out. So many of these things, the Invincible versus Cecil mental dynamic, that clash. So many, the big picture stuff this season was aces. Perfect all the way down. Fucking loved it. And that was another perfect. That one was perfect all the way through. Awkward, but that's the point.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be.
So weird.
Yeah, I also appreciate that, like, and I mean, to add to your list of like kind of super philosophies, but not super philosophy, that's the wrong word, but like kind of other, you know, core life events and things that you just have to deal with is like the recognition from um from Debbie is that she's like, I can't control my kids. It's just like all I
Yeah,
can do is it's like, so when she tells Oliver, like, when he's like, I want to go help Mark, and she's just like, I can't stop you.
yeah,
Be quick. He's really strong.
yeah,
Don't, like, I won't be here. Don't come back here.
yeah.
Like,
Also, very smart on her to go to his apartment. Like, they're not going to look here.
yeah, they don't know you. They do know me. Like,
Yeah,
yeah. Which, like, just I like that Debbie just recognized, like, I am human, but I do know this world a bit. And like that was just a very good place where she got to exist and like have cool notes. Like,
yeah. Sometimes you don't need to be more powerful than your enemy. Sometimes you can just outsmart them.
yeah.
And she just outsmarted a lot of it. It's like, good for you, girl.
Yeah. I don't remember if it was this season or in season 2 where like Mark says, I think it's season 2 where like Mark says, make me, and she's like, is that what you need to feel stronger? Just because I can't make you move? It's like, damn.
Yeah. No, I think
Like,
it was last season.
I think it was, but just like, I don't know. Debbie is just one of my fucking favorite characters in the show because
Yeah.
she's such a dope mom figure. Like, full stop.
Having your non-powerful characters understand that, accept that, and then see their opportunities to beat their opponent by just being smarter, because when strong, why need think good?
Yeah.
Is like, that is sadly the way the world works plenty of the time anyway. But
Yeah.
it's just a good writing convention for a superhero show.
Yeah. I just I also love the just oh, the funeral's in 20 minutes, but it's like an hour drive. Flying the car and just him.
Yeah.
She's totally chill, just like doing makeup, and he's just like just fucking
Understandably
like
losing
white
his
knuckling the frame.
goddamn mind. Yeah. This is something that I think it happens somewhat in comics, but it doesn't feel like it happens too much in TV shows that I love they did this season. Was we have the absurdist, all the evil Invincibles episode come down. That
Yeah.
happens. Next episode, while we're doing cleanup, Conquest is like, what'd it do? Like, yeah. Evil doesn't wait for a beautiful day to rot. It doesn't wait for a calm day to be a
Yeah.
disturbance. Like, it can also come
Just
when bad
fucking
things
show
adjust.
up, because
Yeah.
fuck you. That's
Yeah.
why.
I did really like that Invincible, while it was mildly obvious, figured out how to beat Langstrom in a fight. Of just like, portals, bitch. I see your one gimmick.
I
And
learned how
I
to
can-
stop.
I learned how to stop on a dime and like move, and like, yeah, you're gonna hit me with a lot of these robot toys, but yeah, I am, as my name says, invincible, bitch.
Yeah.
And just like push through, destroy them. Like, let's dance. It's like, sick.
Yeah. I did like that just Mark gets smarter about it. Like,
Yep.
And just, all right, I now need to take the next fucking 20 seconds or 20 minutes and gush about the last episode in the Conquest fight, because god
Sure.
damn.
Here, hit me.
It's a half-hour fight.
Yep.
Awesome. Like, I just appreciate wholesale how fucking crazy Conquest is. And
Yeah.
just like, come on, I need more. Like, he knows,
Oh yeah.
because if he
Great
wants
villain.
to, he kills Mark in like a minute. Like,
Mhm.
that's not close. It's not a fair fight. Like, he could lose the arm and still kill Mark. And I like that just as it goes and more people get involved, Mark is just going crazier and
Mhm.
having just less of a sense of self-preservation. It is just emotionally unhinged, which like ultimately gets him over the finish line. But like, Conquest is just one note the whole way through until he's actually hurt.
Yeah.
And he's like, that bitch has to go because she can actually hurt me. Also, him almost pulling Oliver in half was unsettling as hell.
Yeah. It was. They did a really good job of making me want to throw up on a plane.
Yeah. So the last thing to go will be your skin. It's like, stop. I actually thought for a second, like, am I just gonna see a kid get his arms pulled off? Like, Jesus.
Would have been kind of cool, honestly.
It would have been metal as fuck. Like, but yeah, just I appreciate that fight in no way felt rushed. I appreciate that that fight feels like it does the whole gambit of like what Viltrumites get to do. And then just like they end up in like another part of the planet by the end of it, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I also just it makes no sense why he knows what hearts are, but I love the little like blood into the heart, like shatter it, and then just tackle him back to Earth. It's just so bizarre.
His also his line delivery. I mean, Jeffrey D. Morgan's a beast, but like the lines they gave him, his delivery is just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, you're vile, but holy shit, this reads like poetry.
Yeah. I also love that how clearly the juxtaposition between him and Mark shows based on priorities. When like Oliver comes in, he's just like he just smacks Oliver. He's like, "Who are you?"
Yeah, he's like excited.
Yeah.
Toy!
I would just like he literally backhands Oliver into the pavement, and he's like, "I'm sorry, who the fuck are you?" Where it's like, and his response is like, "You could have taken a moment to catch your breath while I was killing the kid." Like, just such a difference in priorities. It was so cool. Also, I love how much the fight pushes Mark. Where like Conquest breaks their hand, he's like, "You're out," and he's like, "Fuck you, it's not enough." And just starts headbutting him into the ground.
Dude, that was such a great way to win that fight. Just headbutting him to death. I was like, fuck yeah, you did.
Also, just Conquest, while like thinking he's dead, and he's just like, "Are you having fun still? Is this fun for you?" And just take the good with the bad. Damn, man doesn't give a fuck.
So great.
Yeah, there's just like, our legs are broken, arms are fucked, I've got a head. Boom! Just like, Jesus. That was such a metal way to end that fight.
So fucking dope, yeah. Just covered in red.
Yeah, I also that he just like gets bear hugged by Conquest. Like he just it shows quickly how it starts with like the fight is what you consider a fair fight. Like it's a standard fight. Like, yeah, they're superpowered, they're punching each other through buildings, but like it's a fist fight. But like at the end, where he's like, being angry doesn't make you stronger, just like starts to crush him with one arm, which holy shit. And Mark's response is to bite a chunk out of his shoulder. Like, it's no longer a fight, it is just, I need this thing to die.
Yep.
And like the slow degradation of like, there are no such thing as cheap shots anymore. As Mark is getting beat to shit and watching people die around him is exceptionally well done. Like, I have never been close to being beaten to death, but like I have been beaten pretty fucking badly, and you very quickly start to go, just get off of me. Like, like there is an amount of adrenaline fueled panic that you just want it to stop, and you kind of quit caring about how. And it captured that so fucking well. God damn. Okay, I think I'm done pushing.
Yeah, it's so basically no notes, absolutely agree. So I guess final grade.
I really enjoyed the season. I would give it like an 8, 8.5.
7.5, 7, something like that.
Okay.
A little bit lower. Some of the other things just kind of like the big moments and the overall like kind of philosophy and message of the season, I think is like burgeoning on like a 9, 9.5.
Sure.
It's just a lot of
the
little
interstitial stuff weighed you down.
Yeah, it's just a little bit too much here and there. It's kind of
I can see that.
Okay, so that was our review of Invincible Season 3. Hope you liked it, agreed, disagreed. If not, hit us up on Bluesky at SuperProseBros or at superprosebros@gmail.com. Would love to hear what you thought. If you agreed, disagreed, but go watch the show if you haven't and don't mind spoilers, I guess. All right, and now to the ad break. Have you been having issues with masked villains?
monsters of varying size, strength, and smell.
Perhaps even a lowly run-of-the-mill crime syndicate.
Well, look no further than Dynamic Duo Inc.
We've been in the crime-fighting business for over a decade with nearly 100% satisfaction rate.
And while there are some other mass crime fighters out there that have sky-high prices, odd hours, and pesky morals, you're at Dynamic Duo Inc. That isn't an issue.
We know that you citizens don't all make the same amount of money or have the same belief in the justice system. So we came up with
Dynamic pricing, giving you the opportunity to make things right at just the way you like it.
don't want that vile do-batter to ever come back? No problem.
Don't ever want to see that monster again? Well, we've got you covered.
Want the ear of every member of the Wrecking Crew? Look no further than our Bag'em and Tag'em tier.
Whatever super issue you're having, Dynamic Duo has got you covered.
No
Questioned
asked.
by anyone.
Ever.
So what are you waiting for?
Them to come back?
You don't need that.
And we don't want it.
So,
call Dynamic Duo Inc. and let your worries be our concern. Welcome back!
Hello.
And get ready for the second page of our exquisite corpse. You what? Mr. Stedman stammered. I said, I quit! Jason bellowed, feeling more sure of his actions by the moment. Each breath, each word that came forth from his lips was exponentially more full of life and resolve than any moment, molecule, or murmur he had for the past decade. Maybe longer. Well, you can't. No? Perhaps we should schedule a meeting with HR. You're not. Just take the weekend and listening. The whole office floor was now thunderously silent. I quit. Yes, I'm sure. It won't be effective tomorrow. At the end of the day, it is effective as of 10:15 on this here motherfucking Wednesday. Feel free to do whatever the fuck y'all feel with whatever is in my cubicle that isn't company property. Throw it away. Feed it to the brand new shredder you love so very much. Or hell, if you want to get kinky with it, stick it up your ass and have a party. Want to guess why, Mr. Stedman? Mr. Stedman looked to Jason as he imagined he looked to Mr. Stedman on his first day. Terrified, looking for the right answer to an obvious but somehow unanswerable question. Is life going backwards? Because you quit? Mr. Stedman prayed in the form of a question that itself hoped to be the answer.
What if I was imagining Mr. Stedman to be kind of a namby-pamby bitch, but I like it? What an asshole.
So tune in next time for page 3 of our exquisite corpse. Speaking of corpses, what have you and I both been watching and enjoying the fuck out of recently?
So I have watched it all a bit ago at this point, but The Pit is awesome.
Couldn't agree more.
It is a harrowing look at what life at an ER actually looks like, or can look like on effectively a bad day. And son of a bitch.
But I mean, even more than that, it's the way it's shot, the fact that they're kind of doing the 24-hour aesthetic with it, especially given the fact that it's an ER. And guess what? We overwork our medical professionals to the bone and then have the audacity to fucking judge them when they're not Jesus.
Yeah. And it does a very good job. Like, the medical veracity is outrageously sound.
Yep.
From every person involved in the medical industry who's like reviewed it, is like, nah, that's just how it is. It's all the right names. It's all the right procedures. It's all the right, like, even a lot of the protocol is the right stuff. And it even hits on some like issues that you wouldn't think about. Like, there is an episode where their charge nurse gets punched in the face. Like,
Yep.
And crimes against, like, violence against medical staff is actually
Crazy
very
high.
common. Like, it happens a lot. You wouldn't think so. It's not, if you're not in the industry, you don't think about it, but it happens frequently. It's, yeah, like, I didn't know that. But no, again, every person who like watched, like, who's reviewed it from a medical point of view, like Dr. Mike is a good example, where he's like, no, this happens a lot actually.
Yeah, nailed it.
Just everything is right And it doesn't try to do like, it doesn't do a fucking pull the wool over your eyes surprise diagnosis shit. It's like, no, it's like most of the time they just
Nope.
know what they're doing.
And also, they look for stuff that there's so many small little things that are going on in the show that are so great. I love how I'm not done with the show yet, but I have watched too many things that I know things that are going to happen,
Yeah.
so I more or less watched
Sure.
the show. We talked about doing a review of the show. We are not.
We're not
because-
medical experts.
Also, we're just going to gush about it. It's just going to be this, for an hour. It's like, oh, it's so
Yeah.
cool. I do love how so far in every episode. One of my favorite, the boy from like the Midwest has
He's
something
just
spilled
keep
on him, and
changing
he
his
has to
scrubs.
change his scrubs. Every episode, he's just like, and another fluid, and
Yeah, it's
another
like,
fluid.
it's like he fucking shakes the bottle of like Metamucil on himself. He gets
Yeah.
pissed on. He gets a bunch of
Blood
spurted on him. There's,
Yeah.
there's something else, but yeah, he just keeps needing new pairs of scrubs. It's so fucking funny.
And all the characters in the show they have none of them, like, this is one of the things that kind of sucked about Invincible that we talked about, is a lot of these characters are one note, kind of bland, boring, and crazy. None of the characters, other than, I don't even actually think now, all the characters make sense.
Mhm.
They all have a motivation. You might not understand or respect their response, but you do get why they are doing it. Even some of the annoying patients, you're like, yeah, fucking get it. But the staff
Fuck you,
all
Doug Driscoll, you piece of shit. Guy's such a knob.
Is that the guy that's like, I've been waiting for like 10 minutes? Yeah.
That's the guy who
Such
just keeps bitching about like being forced to wait, and he's the guy who eventually goes and like punches the charge nurse.
Yeah. Who fucking love
She
her
is
so much.
she is the best.
She is so dope. She's so sweet. I love her. Oh,
I
God.
I also love.
I want to bring her lunch.
Yeah,
Like, she's so cool.
I also like
But
just like the first episode where why did I blank on the main character's name? Robbie's Dr. Robbie's like, listen to her. She is the most important
Yeah.
person here.
Yeah. She's like, this is Bae. You will not disobey.
and for like the 2 hours that she's out because she got punched in the face, like the people trying to run is like, Jesus Christ, how does she do this?
How is she God? Like, every single one of the characters is so good and dynamically different. The mom with the custody battle, the surgeon like bitch who is right all the time. She's annoying, but like, she's correct. You've got Robbie.
She's
you've
an
got
egotistical surgeon. Whoa.
yeah. But she's not trying to go out of her lane. She is trying to serve the patient. You've got I'm trying to remember her name, like one of the residents who is actually two of the residents who are just like, this is basically them getting high. They're just like, I can't fucking, like, it's a roller coaster for them. They're just like, fucking yeah, let's get in this shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, Jesus, you guys are crazy as shit. But also that makes sense. Like, adrenaline junkies wanting to work in the medical field, like, or specifically in the ER. It's like, yeah, now that makes sense. Like that is probably where you belong.
Yeah.
Fucking, I love her so much. Is it Kat? The girl that has the autistic sister.
I believe so. Who also that woman also is a
100%. A big touch. It touched her and held on for a minute.
Yeah.
that girl is awesome. And I love her moments of like when she has to grab her hand and like self-soothe. It's so much good representation. The cast is dynamic. It's not a bunch of fucking white dudes. Lot of so good. Watch it. Check it out.
Appreciate they have a black person to address a sickle cell attack, which I didn't know about, and that is my new biggest fear in life.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, the description of it feels like molten glass pumping through your veins. No. Holy shit.
Hard pass.
Like, man, I like to think I can think of things that would hurt a lot, and no, I can't top that, and I don't think I ever will. Like, I can't think of a theoretical that sounds as painful. Like, god damn.
Yeah. Also, the fact that effectively, slight spoiler, the opening and the closing are more or less, they have a lot of things in common, where the head doctor, who's been around for a while, knows their shit, is on the verge of suicide because of what this job does to you. And then the way they counteract it with like being funny about it. It's like, yeah, that's the job. Like talking to people that have done that, that's sadly more reality than fiction.
Yeah.
Just being like, this takes everything from
It
you,
has.
and you have to have that gallows humor, otherwise you will
Yep.
melt.
Also appreciate they have a social worker, like
Yep.
that. That's a really cool bit of like the medical profession that isn't often highlighted and like is very important.
Facts.
Like it's neat. Like it's the attention to detail in the show is crazy.
And I think luckily that is going to be a thing moving forward, because I think people, with false information, with our expectation of that from television, I mean, you saw that with, in a way, with John Wick, with the whole like gunmanship. One of the things they did was they had him always use the right amount of rounds. Like little things like that. I think this is like the climax of it, of just being like on top of it from the get-go. I think that is going to be awesomely something we will see moving forward with more and more television shows portraying, like trying to be realistic, is they're going to go, cool, how much can we nail the occupation or the circumstance we're showing, because people appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate that it's gotten the recognition. I appreciate that like it is a testament to what really tight writing and really good like sourcing and
attention to detail.
There's a word I'm looking for. Fuck. Can't come up with it, but yeah, it's really tight writing. It's really good attention to detail. It's really good respect to the source you're drawing from. Like, it's just great.
And what else is great is some of these awesome song lyrics. So first up, I have a song lyric that's not really a song lyric. Jesus. I would highly recommend you, like my brother did before this episode started, waste a minute of your time with this awesome earworm, Le Poison Steve by Tomo.
I'm not getting it back.
It's only a minute. Lose it. It's great. But actually, if you want a song that also my co-host would probably not like, Scream Hole by Methyl Ethel is fucking super fun if you're into that weird indie hipster shit. Big fan. A lot of their other discography is on my Spotify, but this is like what got me into them, and still by far my favorite song of theirs. So check out Scream Hole by Methyl Ethel.
If you want something to get amped up to or kind of jammed to, I recommend the song Buzzin' by Overwork. It came up in my playlist this week, and I went, yeah, and played the life out of it. It's great. I like Overwork in general because I like the way he layers sound.
Oh yeah, he builds like a motherfucker.
Which, taste it. Big fan over here, and this is no exception to that rule. It's got a good. It's a great fucking driving beat. It's like great to work out to, great to drive to, or just fucking great to jam to. But like you're not gonna sit still. I listened to it in my cubicle and like found myself dancing a bit. I'm like, I gotta fucking keep it professional, and not get looked at like I'm crazy. Yeah, so that would be my recommendation.
Are you sure you spelled it correctly? I'm trying to look
for it.
I'm not finding it
at the end.
Buzzin apostrophe.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm getting a song by Swayze and Cisco Adler. Weird. I'll figure it out. Either which way, we have a fun oddity to recommend that will be in the comments down below or in the description. More Prose, More space Parz, is a YouTuber that we have both like recently, as in the last 24 hours, fallen in love with. He's this Aussie shorts creator, and holy fuck,
it does a bunch of like diatribes about stupid animals, and there's something magical to me about an Australian man swearing loudly. It just tickles me. It's just so perfect. Hearing him call a koala smooth brain, the thoughts roll right off the dumb cunt. I can't hang. It's too funny.
All right. So before the day skips us by, we are going to take a moment as we are recording this on Mother's Day to just list off a bunch of things that our awesome mom introduced us to. And we'd love for you to take a minute to realize all the kind of fun bits of fiction that your mom introduced you to. So without further ado, first up, got ElfQuest. Without my mom taking me to the Pittsburgh Public Library, and then the Fallon Public Library, and showing me how to rent graphic novels, I never would have been introduced to one of my first graphic novels by my mom. Thanks, Mom.
Chronicles of Narnia. I remember buying the big ass box set. When I was younger, I remember reading. I think we read the first two together. The I forget what goes before The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, but there is one before it. Come on.
Is there just one? I thought there might have been two.
I think Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe was second. I'm gonna check. Chronicles of Narnia.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna be a dick and steal Totoro.
You ass.
This this was our stay-at-home sick movie. It was the first anime that I knowingly was exposed
Magician's
to,
Nephews.
and she chose Magician's Nephews first. Okay, but Lion Witch is second. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I growing up for both of us, if we were sick, we stayed home and inevitably watched Totoro.
Yep.
It was the first anime. She chose a great one in Studio Ghibli and one that's just really sweet. And that kind of opened a lot of doors as we both love anime and have watched most all of Studio Ghibli's biz.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I mean, also wholesale Disney. Like, Little Mermaid, Aladdin, any of the Disney classics, I would largely attribute to her. Like,
Yep. Beauty and the Beast, especially. Yeah. Mom loves herself some Gaston, even though she would punch that man in person. She loves listening to him sing. But antlers in all of my decorate. Like, she'll just say that apropos of nothing. God bless him, Mom.
Roughly the size of a barge. No. I want to learn that song.
The Hobbit, I would not have gotten into, let alone finished Lord of the Rings without Mom helping 100%. Me or reading it to me at the bus stop while I waited to go to school. So much of The Hobbit was read to me, and then she helped me kind of like marathon my way through the Lord of the Rings, because I am not nearly a good reader as my co-pilot here. So that one was difficult, but
I say Mom pushed us to read, and like basically challenged me to read Wind in the Willows, because I remember I had the 9th grade reading level, and so so I read it when I was like in 2nd or 3rd grade.
Dude, that when you mentioned that, it took me fucking back. I remember reading that book. I remember watching that movie with her. I was just like so vivid and wild.
Dude.
It was interesting. I feel like her favorite character in that series, I never would have guessed.
Mr. Toad?
If I had... I think her favorite character is Badger.
Oh, okay. Now look, because Badger rocks!
He does rock, but he's a Grumpelstiltskin. Sure. I think she kind of low-key likes Grumpelstiltskins because that reminds her of her grandpa.
I believe it.
But yeah, I think she kind of like low-key likes the kind of hidden gems characters. I mean, Anne McCaffrey, I read at least half a dozen of the Dragon Riders of Pern. She introduced you to Percy Jackson and Artemis Fowl, which I came back in on much later.
My thunder.
Bangers.
Come on now. don't take Artemis Fowl from me. But yeah, like there is a lot of stuff that I read in school, like because she like I think probably I bought got Artemis Fowl because she's like Scholastic Fair game. She's like, oh, well, here's money, go buy a book. Like, because she wanted us to read.
I mean, she sat down with me in 2nd grade because I was in like when we moved to Pennsylvania, I was having trouble reading like really, really badly. Like I was put in a different class of like, here's how you say the letter A. She's like, not my son. And so she sat down over summer and would help me read and I had to read a book every single day before I could do anything else.
Hmm.
First thing we did every day before I could go play, before, breakfast, but then you're reading
Yeah.
a book. And that I would have fallen through the gaps and had a terrible education had she not, and this is when you're a kid. And so, she needs to give you a lot of attention, but she made time for me to make sure that her son could
Yeah.
read. And I will never be able to pay back all those hours and all that attention, love, and care, despite me being, I'm sure, a precocious little shit who was just like, I just want to go outside.
I'm sure. You still kind of are, but
Whoa! Accurate, but buddy.
Um,
I did leave one for you. There is one book that you haven't mentioned, arguably TV show.
what am I blanking on?
Oh dear.
Oh, Winnie the Pooh. Yeah. I remember that because I think it's one of the first things I remember seeing the mom get very excited to watch. Funny enough, of all things, just, like, was so excited to show me that because that was like something she remembered from a while ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, oh bother. That also, there's a reason she has so much Eeyore stuff. Thanks for
The funny thing
noticing
is,
me.
I think she loves Eeyore because she sees herself as Eeyore. I see Mom as Rabbit.
I mean, depends on the day, but yeah, I
Yeah, that's also true. And Dad is Tigger.
Dad is
or
Dad is
Owl.
100%. He's the weird smash together of Tigger and Owl. Yeah.
Let me be a nuisance, or let me tell you some erudite fact that you could give zero fucks about.
Wow, this isn't even about Dad, and the man is catching strays.
Good. Taste it. And to culminate our Mother's Day little tag on, what are we equipping today, my guy?
We are equipping something that Mom got introduced to and fell in love with, and I think we watched actually more than once in a day, which I don't think Mom has ever watched a movie besides this more than once in a day. That's Secondhand Lions.
A banger for the whole family, and yeah. If you haven't seen it, you're gonna hear some of the best ofs, but we'd still recommend you go out and watch it all the same. All right, you ready?
Send it.
2 minutes on the clock. Let's go. No more dangerous stuff. No fighting teenagers. No airplanes. More vegetables. Less meat.
Who do you think you are, huh? He's just a dumb kid, Hub. Don't kill him.
So, kid, you want to take care of it, nurse it back to health. Good. Then we shoot it.
Just plant us in the damn garden next to the stupid lion.
He's been here before. He's no ordinary salesman. Hell, I like a challenge.
You bought a used lion?
Hub, I don't see why you have to drive. It's my car. Quit whining.
Why not see what he's selling? What the hell for? What's the good of having all that money if you're never going to spend it? Could be the kid has a point.
You send for a hooker?
It's up to you, kid. We could be friends. We could be enemies. What's it going to be?
Show him you're friendly, honey. Let me sniff your hand.
You're lucky the lion got to you before we did.
You know what I don't like about house guests? Dinner, table, chit-chat, chit-chat.
Best I could figure, they were trying to fly through that barn. Upside down.
She doesn't deserve that kid. Maybe she'll sell him to us. How much money we got?
Listen, we don't know nothing about children, so if you need something, find it yourself. Better yet, learn to do without.
We're old, damn it! Leave us alone!
You want me to do die of old age?
Such a banger. You got any more in you?
I think. Oh yeah, one last one. We're fixing to die anytime, so if we kick off in the middle of the night, you're on your own.
Well, that's our episode. So thank you for tuning in, and if you enjoyed this, please feel free to
Like,
comment
share.
and subscribe.
But don't forget, new episodes of Super Prose Bros come out the first and third Saturday of every month.
Bye.